I will only record it. So I will do it only today. So Shadir and Rama. So today is the only day I will be repeating these things. So other විතරයි ආපහු මේ ටික නැවත වාරයක් කරගෙන යන්නේ. ඒක රාමහින්ද කරන්න ඇතරම ශාදීට මම මේක කරා. එයාට තුන මතක් කරගන්නත් එක්ක. ඒකින්ද දැන් අපි මෙතනින් පටන් අරගෙන කරගෙන යමු. මින් ඉස්සරහට. So after this point we will not be redoing or repeating the same lesson. So if any student joins again, I will only give the record. Recording එක දෙනවා ඇරෙන්න ආපහු මේ ටික අපිට කරන්න විරක් නැහැ. කරන්නත් බෑ. Right? So as a help for Rama, I will be doing it again. You can see today we will be discussing things like first one is programming. Programming කියලා කියන්නේ එතකොට ක්‍රමලේඛ කියලා අපි කියනවා සිංහලෙන්. ගැටලු විසඳීමට තමයි ක්‍රමලේඛ ලියන්නේ. programs ලියන්නේ මොකටද? Problem solve කරන්න. So you do programming to solve the problems. That's what we have to do. Then next one is system development life cycle. When you are developing a system that is a large computer program, there's a certain methodology that you have to follow. And that methodology is called system development life cycle, because there are various stages of doing a certain thing. So එක සිස්ටම් එකක් හදනකොට අපි කරන්න ඕන පිළිවෙලක් තියෙනවා. ඒ පිළිවෙලට තමයි කියන්නේ තොරතුරු පද්ධති සංවර්ධන ක්‍රියාවලිය කියන්නේ. එතකොට සිස්ටම් ඩෙවලොප්මන්ට් ලයිෆ් සයිකල් එකට අපි සිංහලෙන් කියනවා තොරතුරු පද්ධති සංවර්ධන ක්‍රියාවලිය. එතකොට මේක ඇත්තටම ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් එන්නේ මේ දෙකෙන්ම කරන්නේ ශාදින්ට ලොකු ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් එනවා. මොකද ඒ ඉංග්‍රීසි වචන ගොඩක් වැදගත් අපි ඉස්සරහට වැඩ කරගෙන යනවා. එතකොට ඇත්තටම මේ කැම්පස් එකේ ගියාට පස්සේ උගන්වන්නේ ඔක්කොම ඉංග්‍රීසි. ඒතකොට සිස්ටම් ඩෙවලොප්මන්ට් ලයිෆ් සයිකල් එක මතනේ එහෙම් පිටින්ම කැම්පස් එකේ උගන්වන්නද තියෙනවා. So because I teach in university, so again the same letters or same words are there in the university as well. So programming, system development life cycle, and next one is internet and the electronic mail. So how to use internet, how to use electronic mail. මම මේ ටික ටුට්ටක් ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් විතරක් කියන්න යන්න. මොකද මේ ටික ශාදිත් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒකට ඒකේදී රෙකෝඩින් එක පොඩ්ඩක් අමතක වුණා. දැන් ආයෙ බලාගෙන මොන හරි තිබ්බොත් අහන්න. හරිද? රෙකෝඩින් එකක් නැති ඉඳ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙනවා. Use of multimedia. Right? Multimedia means different media are there. Like if you take media are going to be so media කියලා අපි කියන්නේ මොනවද? එකක් තමයි ටෙක්ස්ටිසම් කියන්නේ අපි අද කතා කරොත් මීඩියා කියලා කියන මොනවද කියන එක ටුට්ටක් බලමු. So let's check what is media. Media කියලා ගත්තම so if you take media, so if you take multimedia, various media are there. One is text, video, audio, images, animations. All these are called multimedia. मैं ඔක්කොටම කියනවා multimedia බහුමාධ්‍ය කියලා. හරිද? බහුමාධ්‍ය මොකටද use කරන්නේ? මේවා කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? Where do you see the multimedia? You see the multimedia in net. You can see the multimedia in websites. Multimedia is going to be there in websites. So if you load a web page, or a website page, you can find videos, you can find text, you can find images, you can find animations, and also some MP3s, audios you can find. So first lesson here, again, පළවෙනි lesson එක ගත්තොත්, so if you did the first lesson here, it is going to be what we call as multimedia, use of multimedia. Next lesson, ඊළඟට තියෙන lesson එක තමයි web designing using multimedia. It's a multimedia ගැන ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ. First you have to study about the multimedia, then you have to use multimedia and create web pages, websites. Websites මනේ websites තමයි අතන web page හදලා site එකම හදා ගන්න විදියට බලන්න. So it is not very difficult, right? You can enjoy it. ගොඩක් ඔක enjoy කරන්න පුළුවන් කරන ගමන්. Right. Next one is information and communication technology and society. What kind of impacts are there for the society because of information technology? And that is what we are going to study next. Right. So topic බලන්න මොනවාගේ impact එකක්ද society එකට තියෙන්නේ information technology නිසා. So that we have to find out. Okay, now our first lesson, අපි දැන් පළවෙනි lesson එක programming. ලියා ගන්න. Rama, you can write it. Shadil also can look at the note that I have given. හැබැයි ඒ note එකම නෙමෙයි හිතා වෙනස් වෙයි මම දෙපාර මම දැන් note එක මම හිතලා දෙන්නේ. මම ලියාගත්ත කලින් ලියාගත්ත එක නැහැ. So I will look at the textbook and I give a note for you. So because of that, certain parts will be different at the moment. ඊට පස්සේ අපි දෙන්නටම එකම note එක ලියාගෙන යනවා එක තැන ඉඳන්. Right. එතකොට ශාදිල් මේ ඔයා බලන් ඉන්න, you can observe. And Rama, can you hear me well? I didn't hear you. Right. Now, do you understand the things that I explained up to now? Okay. Right.
I can hear.
Right. So if you have any question, you have to ask, right? So since I will be explaining both languages, so still you can understand 100% or at least 95% you can understand whatever I say here, right? Okay, now put the topic as programming. So the topic is should be programming. So before I proceed to explain about this programming, first you should understand what is a computer program. අපි programming ගැන කතා කරන්න කලින් computer program එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න. So we have to find out what is a computer program. Right. Now, this is the computer. I think computer. The computer is a dummy device. It is not having any kind of. You can make computer. It is not a device that can think and do something. We have to give it instructions on how to do something. අපි හැම වෙලාවෙම computer එකට instructions දෙන්න ඕනේ කොහොමද මොකක් හරි දෙයක් කරන්න කියන එක. එතකොට මේක අපි computer ගත්තම first if you purchase a computer, the computer is going to be a set of electronic equipments that is going to work together to perform some kind of activity. But when you purchase, as soon as you purchase it, it is not going to work because it is just a device without brain. So now we have to give it some instructions on how to do something. So when you give instructions to the computer, first thing that you will do is to install the operating system. Operating system is a series of instructions that are developed by software developers to perform something. It was operating system මම මේ ශාදිතට ආයි කියන්නේ මේක අපි ටිකක් කතා කරන්නකෝ මෙතනදී operating system එක වල so it has a set of instructions like this which will do something with this computer. So it is actually we call it the system software. Remember system software. පද්ධති මෘදු කාර්ය. So first you must install system software which is a very complex piece of software. ගොඩක් සංකීර්ණ software එකක් තමයි operating system කියලා කියන්නේ. මේ සංකීර්ණ software එක මේ පරිගණක පද්ධතියම පාලනය කරන්න ගන්න. So it is the one that is going to control the entire system because this controlling of this system is too complex. So we can't normally write an operating or we can't usually modify an operating system. There are people who can do it, but in this syllabus or even sometimes if there is a certain willingness, people will do it. But it is a very complex process to develop something like an operating system and even to modify it. මේ operating system එකක් වගේ එකක් හදලා ඒක වෙනස් කරනවා කියන්නේ ඒක ලොකු වැඩක්. හැබැයි operating system එක කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? ඒක එක software එකක් නැත්නම් program එකක් තමයි. It is a collection of programs. It is not one program. So first thing that you should do is install operating system. Because operating systems scope or the details of it are beyond the scope of this syllabus. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ operating system එක ගැන තියෙනවා අර 10 වසර you have it in the grade 10 but not to details ගොඩක් අර operating system එකේ කියන program එක ඇතුළේ තියෙන දේවල් අපි කතා කරන්නේ. We don't talk about whatever we have inside this operating system program. So once you do that, once you install the operating system in this computer, make a operating system, now you can at least turn it on. Then on කරගන්න පුළුවන්. You can turn it on and now it is going to show you some desktop and other stuff. Now afterwards, there are so many things that you might want to do. You might want to do word processing. Word processing. Then ඊට පස්සේ අපිට word processing වල document එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. Then perform calculations. You can use the calculator or Microsoft Excel. Then also you can do play songs. සින්දුවන්. දැන් මේ මුලින්ම අපි computer ගන්න මේ වගේ වැඩවලු. We purchase the computer not to install the operating system. We purchase it to do these things. මේවා කරන්න computer එක ගන්න. හරි. That is our requirement. අපි computer ගන්නෙ නෑ operating system එකක් දාලා ඒක දිහා බලන් ඉන්න. So මේ වගේ applications වලට තමයි ගන්නෙ. So different software are there which will perform different things like this is done by MS Word. This is done by MS Excel. This is done by, let's say, Windows Media Player. එක software තියෙනවා මේවා කරන්න. So there are different software to do different things. There are different programs තියෙනවා. අපි මේවට කියන මොනවද? What do you call them? We call them application software. Right. Up to this point, did you understand? මෙතෙන් වෙනකන් අපිට ඔයාලට තේරෙනවද මේ කරපු ටික? Is it clear? So I'm asking for actual Rama. So Shadi has gone through this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any question, please ask so I can re-explain it. Then you can see system software. We install it. Then these are the different things that you can do with the system software. So with the application software, so you are going to do certain specific things. විශේෂ දේවල් කරනවා අපි මේවා පාවිච්චි කරනවා. හරි ඊළඟට දැන් මේවා එකක් ගත්තොත් so we call one of them as a program. අපි මේකට කියනවා මොකද්ද? Computer program එකක් කියලා. So one of these is going to be a computer program. අපි ගත්තොත් මෙන්න මේක. So if you take this one, is a computer program. So it is a computer program. එතකොට මේ computer program එක කියලා කියන්නේ we call it is a set of instructions. Set of instructions. I told you that this is a dumb device. This doesn't have brain. This doesn't have any intelligence. So we have to write instructions to perform something in this computer. එතකොට අපි ලියන්න ඕනේ instructions කියලා જાතියක් මොනවා use කරලා. So how to write instructions? You have to write instructions using something like some programming language like Java, C#, Python, Pascal. එතකොට අපි මේ instructions ලියනවා මේවා මොකක්ද language එකක් use කරලා. So programming language has to be used. Programming language is something that is closer to human readable, understandable language. So you write down it using one of these languages. මේ language පාවිච්චි කරලා අපි ලියනවා මොකද්ද? Program. So this is a set of instructions that we are using. එතනකට instruction set එක. මේ instruction set එක මෙන්න මේකට will give a guidance, will guide the computer on how to do something. So if you take Windows Media Player, which is playing songs, it is a computer program that is going to instruct this computer on how to play songs. I keyword Windows Media Player කියලා කියන්නේ මේ computer එකට ලියලා තියෙන instruction set එක සින්දු play කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක මෙයාට තේරෙන විදියට කියලා දෙන එහෙම නැත්නම් මෙයාට සින්දු play කරන විදිය කියලා දෙන instruction set එකක් තමයි මේ Windows Media Player කියලා කියන්නේ. Right. So this is developed by whom? Developed by software engineers or software developers. Software engineers or software developers develop it. They develop it. Right. Now you can write the topic or just write a question. Question should be, what is a computer program? Then question what is a computer program? You can take a CR book, maybe it should be about 120 pages. So for the moment you can just write it in a piece of paper. So I could not use those instructions before, but still you can write it somewhere and later you can write it on a proper book. Okay, so first write down what is a computer program. ඉස්සර ලියන්න මොකක්ද computer program එක කියන්නේ කියලා. What is a computer program? Then please draw this. Maybe it's another one. So Shadi also should have, if you have a different setup, you also can draw it somewhere else, but I don't think you need. මම හිතන්නේ ආවට අවශ්‍ය වෙන එකක් නැති වෙයි. After you write it, please tell me, right? Otherwise, I can't figure out.
Okay. Answer.
Right. Now, write down a sentence below it. I will just share, I can display it. So I will use this methodology. ඊට පස්සේ මම මෙන්න මේ විදිහට තමයි note එක දෙන්නේ ඔයාලට. So topic is going to be programming. So I will give the translations as well. Translations එක මම දෙන්නම්. So we'll give the translations too at the same time. So I'll be using Google Translate to translate them instantly. So මෙතන so it's going to be this topic, and you have the diagram there. So your diagram should be here. And now we are going to write. So write a question like, what is computer program? What is a computer program? So you should be having diagram above and write a question. So we can write, it is a set of instructions written to for a computer on how so Windows Media Player in the computer is a program, and then so program is a so now we can write this Windows Media Player. So it actually the answer for this question is a computer program. It is a set of instructions written for a computer on how to perform certain tasks. The task can be for me task echo copy. So it can be something like playing a music, it can be something like playing a game. So now when you take Windows Media Player, it is a program. The program can again. It is a set of instructions. So program is equal to set of instructions. So you can write it down here in brackets. Program is equal to set of instructions for the computer, right? So we can write it as computer program, right? So it is actually, if you take Windows Media Player, is a program, and program is a set of instructions. Therefore, Windows Media Player is a set of instructions written to guide the computer on how to play. So මෙතන අපි මේක point form එක ලියාගත්තා නම් so මම ලියන්න කිව්වට පස්සේ ලියා ගන්න ඕනේ. Don't write it until I say. So you can now write this example in point form so it is more clear. එතන මේක මේ කියවන්න කටින් කියන්න දැන් ශාදිට මම කටින් කියන එක කරේ. එතකොට ඊට වඩා මේක සාර්ථකයි. So you won't make any spelling mistakes and you will. So I'll do the translation as well. So you can just refer to this later. Right. Now read this and write this in on your book. Okay. Now so Rama, did you understand up to this point? So I'm giving the note. So whatever I explained this, I'm again giving you as a formal note. So like Mama explained. Okay, Rama.
Okay.
Okay, right. So please write it down and let me know.
Sir, have you shared the note?
Sorry.
Have you shared the note? I
Uh,
can't see it.
now you can see it, right? Okay, now you can see it. I think
Okay, sir.
I was doing everything without sharing. So if you don't see that the note and when I'm talking about something, let me know that I sometimes might forget to share it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Right, thank you.
Done, sir.
Right, thank you, Rama. So let's proceed to next part of this. Okay, so your next topic is analyzing a problem. Analyzing a problem. And we call it ගැටලුවක් විශ්ලේෂණය කිරීම. So if you take a problem has some input So let's read whatever is in the textbook. It's a textbook. The raw materials that are used to solve a problem are known as the input. The result obtained after solving a problem is known as the output. Converting this input to output is called processing or the process. So process is going to take place. So we are really worried about the process now. Process so there are certain things. We have the input, we have the output, and we have the processing. Right? The process takes place step by step, and it is very important to understand the order of the process. When analyzing a problem, the input, process, and output are identified separately. Okay, let's see. Now, we are going to talk about, so this whatever happens inside this is actually called the process. Make actually when the data my process set here. So in the computer, there are 5 main operations. They are input, process, output, storage, communication. At this moment, we are worried about only process. Other than that, we are worried about input and output. So let's see how we get this into our scenario, into our actions. Right? So we have this input. So for example, it may be the problem. So we are actually going to discuss about problem. Problem is add two numbers. Problem is my numbers there add करने. So when you're adding two numbers, you can see input you will get 2 plus 6, something like this. So this is our data. So inside the computer, you have programs that are written. So that program is, it is about to add two numbers. It's called calculator. So a program in a calculator program. So that is the set of instructions written inside the computer on how to add these two numbers. So this is our computer. Then you will get output as number 8 outside, and that is called output. And also we can call this as process data or process information. Now we are going to focus on how to write this process. So make a program. But if this part, it is the process. Right. So if I write them in the other color, input, process, output. So you can see that. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ process එක අපි ලියන්නේ කොහොමද? How to write this process? That is our main consideration. ඒක තමයි අපි දෙතර බලන්නේ. කොහොමද මේ process එක ලියන්නේ? Okay. So to write this process, you have to analyze this problem. Make it a problem. So this is our problem. Problem is adding two numbers. To add two numbers, you have some input. After adding two numbers, you will get some output. And now this problem is about adding two numbers. And to do this particular thing, you have to write something inside this as a program. And that program is going to do some process. A program is process. And that process is going to be now under our consideration. මේ process එක ලියන විදිය, මේ program එකට අදාළ process එක ලියන විදිය ගැන අපි දැන් දැනගන්න. So we have to understand how to write this process. So look at this picture now. So you have the input, You have the computer, you have inside there's a program, then you're going to write the process inside this program. So make a process program make ඒක ලියන විදියක් අපි බලන්න ඕනේ. ඒක ලියන්න අපි මේ problem එක මොකක්ද කරන්න ඕනේ analyze කරන්න. You have to analyze this problem. Okay, so let's write down the first topic, analyzing a problem. එතකොට මේක ලියන්න analyzing a problem. The first topic is analyzing a problem. So මෙතන අපි ලියමු analyzing a problem. එතකොට අපි කියන සිංහලෙන් ගැටලුවක් විශ්ලේෂණය කිරීම. ඔන්න දැන් ගැටලුවක් විශ්ලේෂණය කරන එක අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නයි යන්නේ. එතකොට අපි මේ වෙන වෙනම හඳුනා ගන්න ඕනේ. You have to identify input, you have to identify output, and you have to know what to do inside it, right? And also the process. So write down when analyzing a problem. So I'll just copy and paste it here. When analyzing a process, I will just create the note for you. මම මෙතන හදන්න note එකක බලලා the input, process, and output are identified separately. Okay. So what are we? So in Singer it looks like this. So අපි මේ problem එක analyze කරනකොට අපි මේකේ තියෙන input එකයි process එකයි output එකයි වෙන වෙනම හඳුනා ගන්න. You have to identify it and then you have to focus on the process mainly. Right? So that is what you do. Okay, so also you can take this down. අපි මේකේ මේ පොඩ්ඩක් අඳගමු. මට එනවා මේ screenshot එක. I put a screenshot of this also here. Right. Okay, you can write now. And draw this. ඊට පස්සේ මේක අඳගන්න. Give me 1 minute. Okay.
dancer.
right? Then you can see the first example on up example then another example but it is not a information technology related example. It is an example about the real world. So we can see the problem is preparing a letter which can be posted. If you don't know about it, you have to instruct it to someone. So it's like this. Now let's say if you don't know about something, if you don't know how to uh, do some kind of activity, you have to get it learn from someone. අපි මොකක් හරි දෙයක් දන්නේ නැත්නම් අපි ඒක ආයෙත් ඉගෙන ගන්න. කරන විදිය ඉගෙන ගන්න. You have to know how to do it. කරන විදිය step by step හොයාගන්න. You have to find how to do it step by step. Right? If it is not going to happen, ඒක එතකොට දන්නේ නැත්නම් if you don't get it, then you can't do it. ඒක කොහෙන් හරි ඉගෙන ගන්න නැත්නම් කරන්න බෑ. දැන් අපි හිතමු අපි we don't know how to post a letter after writing. ඒකට අපි letter එකක් post කරන්න දන්නේ. Then it is a problem for us. එතකොට මෙතන ගැටලුව කියලා කියන්නේ අන්න ඒක. You don't know how to do that, so that is a problem for you. So posting a letter is a problem for you because you don't know how to do it. So ඒක කාට හරි කියලා දෙන්න ඕනේ. So you have to එහෙම නැත්නම් කායර අහගන්න ඕනේ. So you have to learn it from someone, or someone has to tell it to you. එතකොට ඒක කවුරුට කියලා දෙන්න ඕනේ නැත්නම් කායර අහගන්න. දැන් අපි හිතමු මේ කවුරුට අපිට කියලා දෙනවා. කියලා දෙන විදිය තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. So the way it is going to be explained is mentioned here. ඔය ඉතින් අපිට කියලා දෙන විදිය. කොහොමද තියෙන්නේ? Input. So you have to define what is your input. එතකොට මොනවද මේකට input කියලා අපි ගන්න. මොනවද මේක input වෙන්නේ? So we can see preparing a letter which can be posted. පළවෙනි එක. එතකොට තැපැල් කිරීමෙන් සුදු ලිපියක් සෑදීම. ඊට පස්සේ තියෙනවා a sheet of paper suitable to write the letter. එතකොට මේකේ problem එක ඔන්න දාලා තියෙනවා. දැන් මේක අපි දන්නේ නැහැ කියලා හිතන්න ඕනේ. දැන් නැත්තම් ඊට පස්සේ දැන් මේකට අවශ්‍ය කරන්නේ මොනවද? What do you need for this? So you have to divide it into 3 separate sections like input, processing and output. එතකොට මේක කොටස් තුනකට අපි කඩා ගන්නවා. එකක් තමයි input, ඊළඟට process, output කියන එක. එතකොට අපි මේ example එක, if you take this example which we have written, මේකේ තියෙන්නේ input, process, output කියන තුන. එතකොට දැන් මේක අපි බැලුවා මේකනේ, මේක බැලුවා දැන් මේක අපි මේ තව එකක් බලන්න යනවා. So here we can see a sheet of paper suitable to write the letter on a pen, a pen and then envelope and stamp. Items හතරක් ඕනේ සහ glue. So you need a letter, a sheet of paper that you need to write the letter. You need a pen, you need the envelope, and you need a stamp. And also you need some glue to paste. Again, අපිට මොනවා හරි ගම් වගේ මොනවා හරි ඕන අලවන්න. Then you can see the steps in writing. Doing this, you can write the letter, you can fold the letter and put it into an envelope. Then you can paste the envelope, then writing the recipient's address on the envelope, then stick in the stamp or take a run. So these are the process on the process secretary. Right? Then now the letter is ready to be posted on the letter. last. Again, you can see it මෙතන මේ පැත්තේ අපි කියනවා ලිපිය ලියීමට සුදුසු පොලයක් සහ පෑනක් ලියුම් කවරයක් සහ මුද්දර මැලියම් ඔටිකෝන්. අපි ලිපිය ලියන. ඊට පස්සේ නවලා ලියුම් කවරට දානවා. ඊට පස්සේ අලවනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ලිපිය ලියනවා මුද්දර අලවනවා. දැන් බලන්න, so when you look at this, if you exchange එහෙනම් මේක බලන්න මේ writing the letter before you paste the envelope, you must write it. The envelope paste කරන කලින් මේක ලියන්න ඕනේ. So you can't exchange the step number 3 and the step number 1. So the step number 3 එකයි step number 1 එක exchange කරන්න බෑ. That is not allowed. Or you can't exchange this one and the මේකයි. So you can't exchange this step number 2 and step number 1. And that you can't change. But you can exchange step number 4 and step number 5. එතකොට අපිට මේකේ steps එක බලුවොත් එහෙම, so you can do things like this. එතකොට අපි මේක ගත්තම you can just change certain things to make a steps that you can see here. Make a step number 1 එකයි 2 එකයි change කරන්න බෑ. මේ දෙක change කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ මේක යට දාලා අරක උඩට දාන්න බෑ. This is not allowed. අපි මේ දෙක can you exchange these two? මේ දෙක පුළුවන්ද බැරිද? I'm asking Shadi, can you exchange these two? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can exchange, but you can't exchange this. Make exchange another way. Make you can do that. So certain steps can be exchanged. Certain steps cannot be exchanged. That you have to keep in mind. So here you cannot exchange these steps, or you can take them down here. The first thing that you must do is write the letter. Okay, when you come to this, can you write down the steps for adding two numbers? Now, when numbers they add the steps right? So what is the input here? Then process and output for this. Shall I write it? Input, process, and output. Input is going to be 2. So we have to write the problem as well. Problem is adding 2 numbers. Input is 2 numbers to be added. Process try to write the process as you understand. You can use a chat. I can chat WhatsApp chat use process how to do that. So we can put numbers, process, can put numbers and write number 1. Get number 1, get number 2, add number 1 and 2. Display the total. So output is going to be the total. Okay, so these are the processes. So here examples are going to be 2, 4. Total is going to be equals to 6. So number 1 here is going to be 2. Number 2 is going to be 4. Then they will be added and you will get 6 here. So adding will be done here with the add operation, arithmetic operation on add karma method. Okay, you can write this as an example for a process. මේ තියෙන මේ උඩ තියෙන එකට example එක තමයි මේක. add two numbers කියන එක දීලා තියෙන්නේ. So you can write it like that, and remember you cannot exchange here. You cannot change the order, but as you can say cannot change step one. Yes, you cannot exchange step one and three. For the exchange time, you cannot exchange step two and also we cannot exchange step one and four. Those are not, because you have to have the same order throughout. ඔය order එක දිගටම තියෙනවා. Then but you can say, but we can exchange one and two. No harm. Put in note here. So it's a small note. So we can write this down. It's a note. ක්‍රියාවලිය කියලා. So we can modify it as get first number. Number one can order first number. Second number. And first number. And second number. Then we can display the total. මම translations මේවයි දාන්න ශාදින්ට වැඩ ගත්තේ කියලා කරන්නේ. So it's a big effort. ගොඩක් වෙලා කියන්නේ මහන්සියක් වෙන්න ඕන. ඉතින් කවන්නේ. So since I enjoy doing this, so translation is going to be taking some time. right? On the not right? So we can say Masamara translate so Samahara so it will take a lot of time. Okay, now I think Rama had a power cut. So meanwhile, she is proceeding by Akarna Kanapi. So recording it. Right? Now we have these two. You can see now preparing the letter. So we have done this, and also there are some more problems. තොට එකක් විතර අපි බැලුවේ මේ වගේ තව ගොඩක් කියලා දෙනවා ටික කියව ගන්න. ඒකට මේක මම කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. වෙලාව හින්දා. So I will not do too much of them. I can do only one, right? So we can do only one, making a cup of tea, right? So we can see the input as tea leaves, sugar, hot water. So to make tea leaves, sugar, hot water දාන්න. So to make a cup of tea හදන විදියට tea leaves, sugar, hot water. It was putting tea leaves in strain. Right. So permeate කියලා strainer කියලා කියන permeate. Pour hot water to cup through the strainer. Then adding some sugar to the cup. So සීනි ටිකක් දානවා කෝප් එකට. එතන මේම tea leaves ටික දාලා permeate ඊට පස්සේ ඒක දිගේ යන උණු වතුර දාලා ඊට පස්සේ අපි මේකට වත් සීනි දාන්න ඕනේ. got to put some water into this, so sugar into this, and then we have to stir well or just mix it up well. Then we have to taste it. If the taste is not enough, you have to keep on doing the step 3, step 4, and step 5. So taste again, make කරගෙන යන්න. එතකොට අපි මේක නිකන් ගත්තොත්, so if you take this, make steps ටික ගත්තොත් එහෙම මේකේ බලන්න දැන් මෙතන if you take this step, it comes over here. It doesn't make it up. So other stuff also. Then if the taste is not satisfactory, so it goes again back to step 3. So මෙතෙන් ඇවිල්ලා ආපහු කරකිලා යනවා. ඒකත් taste එක හරි වෙච්ච ගමන් after the taste is over, then it will proceed and end it. So you can see something called recursion here. මෙතන අපි වෙනවා මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? Sorry, not recursion, iteration. මෙතන තියෙනවා iteration එහෙම නැත්නම් මෙතන තියෙනවා පුනර්කරණය කියන එක. So කියන්නේ iteration, repetition කියන එක. So here you can see it is coming up here. Just adding sugar to the cup, stirring it well with a spoon, testing for taste, taking small slip from the cup, and if the taste is not satisfactory, go to step 3 and repeat the step. Don't know okay, carry යනවා. The මෙතනින් නම් මෙන්න මේ step එක මේක මේ ඔක්කොම ටික නැවත වෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේ කලින් දැකපු එකේ straight forward. ඒ කියන්නේ ආපහු උඩට යන්නේ නැහැ. You can see this happens, then this, then this, then again this, and then this. So these things just go straight away and stop. But here you can see now these few things will first the metica isella gihilla ඊට පස්සේ මේ ටික නැවත වෙනවා. So we call it repetition. Right? පුනර්කරණයවත් repetition කියලා කියනවා. So ඒ වගේ තව එකක් තියෙනවා. You can see some more stuff. Then dividing 40 page and 80 page books from a parcel of books between two siblings. So that is going to perform some checks. So මේක අරගෙන ඒකෙන් තියෙනවා step 2 කියලා. දැන් මේක අපි ගත්තා. So if you take this one also, you can see this is also going to come down here. Opening the book parcel, taking a book out from the parcel. If it is 40 page book, giving it to somebody. If it is 80 page book, giving it to Anupama. It was a step 2. එකට ආපහු යන්න ඕනේ. Books තියෙන කන් තමයි මේක වෙන්නේ. It happens until books are there. මෙතෙන්ට ගිහිල්ලා ආයේ මේක කරගෙන මේ උඩට යනවා. ඒතකොට මේ books තියෙන කන් මොකද වෙවි තියෙන්නේ. Go to step 2 till the books are taken out of the parcel. ඔක්කොම books ටික. All the books are taken out of this accounts. Right. That is also having some checks. ඒතකොට මේක සමහර checks තියෙනවා. check කරන තැන. සහ අපි ඒකට කියනවා selection. Yeah. Select, we call just the selection. It is selecting and proceeding. So now 40 page book and 80 page book is checking and giving to the relevant people, right? The mummy could be the meeting, adding 2 numbers. Input is 2 numbers, adding 2 numbers total. Last one is finding the area of a rectangle. Process 6, finding the larger number between 2. And finding whether the number is odd or even. So like that, there are so many different things available. So Rama can do this exercise at home and see how to do that. Right? And also this one, make an it's difficult because to make a kite, it will be too difficult, right? But if you take this one, you can do this. Now we come to this. So we discussed this as well. Finding alternative solutions. So that is our next topic. Finding alternative solutions for a problem. That is our next topic. Solutions for a problem. Then right, what are the alternate solutions for a problem? Next, then make it. If you take a one problem, there are going to be so many different solutions. So like a problem and solutions good up, take the you have to find the best solution out of this. You can see now there's an example. Imagine you come to school by a school bus. If the bus breaks down on your way to school, you certainly will think of other alternative ways of reaching the school. So thus you will think of alternate solutions to reach the school. එතකොට දැන් මෙතන බස් එකකින් අපි යනකොට බස් එක කැඩුණොත් අපිට යන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රම ගැන තමයි මේ අපිට කතා කරලා කියන්නේ. මේ කොහොමද මේකට යන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මෙතනදී coming to school by another school bus which goes to your school. If you have money, reaching the school by CTBs or private bus. Walking to school along the road. මේ තියෙන යන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රම. මේකෙන් හොඳම පහසුම lazy ක්‍රමයෙන් අපි පාවිච්චි කරනවා අපිට යන්න. So you have to just do the best and the easiest and the less costly method to go. Right? Okay, so that is what we have to follow. You may select a good solution out of this if it is a mandatory to go to school that day. So making අපි යන්න ඕනේ ක්‍රමයක් අනිවාර්යෙන් තෝරගන්න ඕනේ. අනිවාර්යෙන් එදා ස්කෝලේ යන්න ඕනේ. Thus, if there are many solutions, set particular problem if it is suitable, consider these and select an appropriate solution. මේව ගොඩක් තියෙනවා නම් මේක අපි එකක් තෝරගන්න. ඒක බලමු අපි මෙන්න මේ example. Right. So if you take an example, just find the perimeter of a rectangle. That is our example. So let's say we have an example finding the perimeter of a rectangle. මෙන්න මේ පරිමිතිය අපි කියලා අපි කියනවා. ත්‍රිකෝණාශ්‍රයක පරිමිතිය සෙවීම. ත්‍රිකෝණාශ්‍රයක පරිමිතිය සොයන්න. So පරිමිතිය හොයා ගන්නකොට බලන්න ඕනේ දැන් අපිට solution. So we can say solution 1. So always we can say the input process and output. The input process output කියන තුනම එකම විදියට එනවා. So input is going to be length and width of the rectangle. So rectangle එකේ length එකයි width එකයි දිගයි පළල තමයි අපේ මේවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මොනවද කියන්නේ input එක වෙන්නේ ආදානය. Solution 1. පළවෙනි solution එක විදියට අපි ගන්නවා. First solution is going to be we can multiply the length from the width. Sorry, we have to add these two and multiply it by 2. First solution. So the solutions are coming at a process. Then we can do it like this. Length multiplied by 2 plus width multiplied by multiplied by 2. So මේක මෙහෙම කරාට පස්සේ අපිට පළවෙනි solution එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. Second solution. Then you get the answer. Second solution is going to be you can keep on adding these two. That is our solution 2. Then third solution is තුන්වෙනි එක තමයි අපිට පුළුවන් මේවා ටික එකතු කරන්න එකින් එක. Length plus length එකයි width එකයි කොහොමද එකතු කරලා යන්න පුළුවන්. We can keep on adding it. So these are 3 solutions. So someone who is good at adding up, he will use this. Someone who is good at multiplication and adding, he will use this one. So making හොඳම solution එක අපි තෝරන්න ඕනේ. Best එක. ඒකට අපිට lazy එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So it should be something that is easy for us. So output will be whatever the process is followed, output will be the perimeter of the. So what මේ output එක විදිහට ඔක තමයි. Right. So අපි මේ solution කියවම විසඳු. Right. විසඳු මේක. So I write it like this. Like this, it goes on. So have a look at this. right? If you take any kind of solution, if you take any kind of problem, it has multiple solutions. So it's like that. So if you take take a problem, it will have multiple solutions. We also call them as options. අපිට විකල්ප කියලා කියනවා. අපි ප්‍රශ්නයක් ගත්තොත් අපිට solutions ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. Right. So there is a informal text that we can see. So විදියට අපිට මේ ප්‍රශ්න ගත්තොත් විසඳුම් කීපයක් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේ තියෙන තව එකක්. එතකොට එකක් අපි දැක්කා. So example 2 බලමු ඊළඟ. So you can see now indicating that the student has failed if the score for the ICT subject is less than 35. The indicating pass if the score is 35 or over. You can see now input is marks, comparing the marks scored with 35. So you are comparing. If the mark is less than 35, result is fail. If not, result is pass. If the mark is 35 or more than 35, then result is pass. If not, result is fail. එක්ක මේක 35ට වඩා අඩුද කියලා බලනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් 35 හෝ ඊට වැඩිද කියලා බලනවා. ඒතර මේක සොලියුෂන් එකේදී මුලින් බලන්න 35ට වඩා අඩුද කියලා. මෙතන බලන්නේ 35ට වඩා වැඩි හෝ සමානද කියලා. So you just check either way, and checking it one way is a one solution. Right? So go through this note. Then next one, finding the larger number from a given two numbers. Numbers දෙකක් දුන්නොත් එකෙන් වැඩි එක large එක හොයන්න කොහොමද? If n1 is greater than is larger than n2, the large number will be n1. Solution 1. If n2 is larger than n1, then අපිට පුළුවන් මෙහෙම කරන්න. So if the two numbers are given, so we'll write input two numbers and we will introduce these numbers as n1 and n2. Process. We can do solution 1. So we can check if n1 is greater than n2, we can compare. Then we can say n1 capital 1, then display n1 is larger. If N2, or we can say else, display N2 is large. අපි check කරලා බලන්න N1 කියන එක N2 වලට වඩා විශාලයි කියලා. එහෙමනම් N1 එක larger කියලා ගන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් N2 එක larger කියලා ගන්න. Solution 2. Second solution. එතකොට මේකෙත් අපි මෙහෙම කරන්නේ. N1 minus N2. Make the value if it is greater than 0. Make a value with a බිඳුවට වඩා විශාලයි නම් then display මෙතන අපිට වාර්තා කරනවා if it is the case if N1 is greater than N2 then display N1 is larger. එතන තව එකක් තියෙනවා N1 ටෙන්සන් N2 සමාන වෙනවස් තව එකක් අපි ගත්තේ නැහැ. ඒක නොගෙනින් මෙතන අපි ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එක කියලා නැතිනම්. Then else display N as N2 is larger. So it goes like this. So we have this kind of two options, solution 1 and solution 2. So main dekhen මොකක්ද හොඳ කියන අපි decide කරනවා. Right? So normally this is the one that is used. So we subtract. So මෙතන මේක n1 වලින් n2 අඩු කරාට පස්සේ එන value එක බිඳුවට විශාලයි. if කියලා දාලා තියෙන මේක value එක බිඳුවට විශාලයි නම් අපි display කරනවා. අපිටම ලියන්නත් ඕන කියන්නේ write it. Okay, so ඒක ලියලා තියෙන එක තමයි ඔය පොතේ තියෙන්නේ. අපි මේ use කරේ mathematics and mathematical expressions so we have to use කරා අපිට lazier. So when you write it is easy. So I will put a screenshot of this also to the chat. Chat එකකට දාලා මම මේ document එකෙත් මේක දානවා. Right, so we can go for another example. So we can say input. Forget in the end, so we have the entire thing here. So make input එක තියෙනවා, process එක තියෙනවා, solution දෙකත් එක්ක තියෙනවා. So you can see it with the solutions. So input is going to be the two numbers as n1 and n2. Then process, and we can come to solution 1. Compare the two numbers, and if n1 is greater than n2, then display N1 is the may N1 N2 කියලා කියන්නේ එතකොට මෙතන N1 example එකකට මෙහෙම N1 can be it can be 10 N2 can be 5 so එතන මේ N1 N2 කියන එක මෙතන 10 මෙතන 5 කියලා වැටෙනවා so you get this is as 10 this as 5 so it will display N1 is larger than N is a larger number otherwise else it should display N2 is the larger number. That is solution 1. So we can again give it like this. Solution 2, we can subtract N1 from N2. If then if the value is negative, then N2 is positive. If the value is positive, then N1 is good. So that is the solution. So output as we get output will be getting the larger number out of these. Oh, you didn't. Right. Okay, Shadil, so you are going under revision, right? So I did this specifically for Rama. So next day onward, I think we can come to the same equal level and proceed. The treatment the major treatment or then make Rama recording ඊට පස්සේ අපි algorithms පාවිච්චි කරලා මේ problem solve කරන ටික කරගෙන. Shadil, do you have any question on this? Anything I should change? ඒකට මේ කරන විදිහේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැද්ද? දෙකෙන්ම මම කරනවා. Note එක දෙද්දි ඒ වෙලාවට දෙකෙන්ම translate කරලා මේව දාන්න. Then we can translate කරන these things we have done. Is that okay, Shadil? Fine.
Okay, sir.
Right, okay. So it is an added advantage for you. අමතර advantage එකක් වඩාත් හොඳයි. ඉංග්‍රීසිත් එක්කම යන එක මොකද අපිට ඇත්තටම campus එකට ගියාට පස්සේ English තමයි ඕනේ. So once you go to the university you need English. Everything will be done using English medium. So you better get used to that from now. Okay, Shadil, then thank you very much for your participation and we'll go together, right? With a good progress, right? So we'll stop now.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, bye.